I've been a big fan of Corsair keyboards ever since the K95 RGB, so I'm about to say some negatives, but keep in mind I do like these keyboards, and it's because I love the K95 so much that I hope Corsair can get back to their former glory. Okay, so the K70 Mark II with Cherry MX Red, and Strafe Mark II with the Cherry MX Silent. Only the Strafe is a great upgrade because of the media keys and volume wheel. This is awesome, love it, every keyboard should have these. The K70 changes are a little underwhelming, and I'm not sure why they made it. It's definitely nicer than the previous Lux, other than the volume wheel now being silver, but there were things that could have been improved further. For example, listen to the Spacebar. This one rattles and it's very loud. That's something I've noticed on a lot of new Corsair keyboards. They're so loud compared to the old ones. And the O-rings don't help unless you put double, which make it more uncomfortable when typing. Also, the key chatter is very noticeably worse on the K70 with the Cherry MX Reds, comparing it to the Strafe which has the silence. Have a listen. I don't really know how this stuff works, but it's something for them to look into. I would like their keyboards to be quieter again. With MX Silence, they're fine though. Also on my Strafe, I think I have a defective spacebar. It has this extra click. So yeah, quality needs improving. Here's a typing test on each so you get an idea of how they sound. This is the Strafe with silence. I really like these when I'm streaming. Now this is a K70 with reds. So for me, that's too loud. Not a fan. Apparently the new font lets more light through. But these are open board designs, there's plenty of light anyway, so I would much rather the original font, rather than the gamery one they're using now. It's funny because someone in the comments said that I wouldn't use the K95 because something better would come out, but it hasn't. It's still my favourite keyboard. As for the software, we've now got IQ, it lists all your Corsair devices in one place, and as always you can create the macros, assigned to pretty much any key you want, or just bind it to something else, like media, keyboard shortcuts, mouse, the usual functionality. They have a fair few default lighting effects as always, and while the software isn't the easiest to use, it could potentially be the most advanced. But if you don't want to learn all this, you can always download a theme. So for the lighting, I do love having smooth RGB, because I can give my setup a theme, and it looks good. Dedicated media keys are awesome, and the volume wheel is really helpful on the internet these days with all the different sound levels. Open board design looks amazing and is easy to clean. The brushed metal finish on the K70 is always nice, but the plastic of the Strafe is still quite good and makes it a bit cheaper. However, they've changed the top bar to brushed metal. They've also made their logo RGB, which is a nice touch, but in my opinion the other improvements that could have been done were more important than the extra wow factor. I don't use palm rests anymore, but these are rubberized and feel good. The Strafe actually has a white backplate, and personally I like the K70 design more. I think the colours look better and more natural. So there's a lot to like about these keyboards, they're still some of my favourites, but given that these are the new versions, I was expecting more improvements, because there's not really enough reason to buy these over the previous copies other than the media keys on the Strafe. Hopefully Corsair can make further changes on their next keyboards, and bring back the things that made the K95 so great. So I hope the video helped. Big thanks to Corsair for sending these out for review. I'll leave the usual links in the description if you want to buy one, and as always subscribe, like and share this video, and I'll catch you in the next.